Hi, everybody. Today is Saturday, and I wanted to give you an update on what the first week in Ireland was like. In case you don't know, I'm Kathleen. You should know, you're in my group. And I'm on an ancestral journey here in Ireland. I'm going to be here, came here 1st of May, and I'm going to be here till the 18th of August. It's longer than 100 days. I thought originally it was 100 days, but it's longer than that. And I'm going to be seeing what daily life is like in Ireland in addition to checking out my ancestors. So, first week I spent in Westport, and one of the things that hit me were the sights. You know, walking around, the colors just popped out at me, as you know, or maybe you don't know. Very colorful city. They like to use various colors on houses and doors, and of course, I've already talked about the green. And also seeing unusual things, like there was a hydrant in the middle of the street with a faucet on it, and there was an old garage with some petrol pumps right on the street. You just wouldn't see that. It's kind of old fashioned. There's an old world feel when you walk around Ireland. I think it's because there's not a lot of new construction. You know, the buildings are still as they were many, many years ago. Some new, but for the most part, you've got the old and the old signs above the shops and everything. So, really an old world feel, and they're very proud too. They decorate a lot, you know, so very pretty towns. They have competitions for the best town in the county, and so you'll see flowers and just a really colorful sight. So that hit me the first week. Then the big part of this past week was people. I felt like all I was doing was going around and just, I don't know, introducing myself to people. You go on a walk and you say hello, and the next thing you're having a little conversation with that person. You wouldn't see that. Even in my own neighborhood, you know, unless I knew the person, you wouldn't really see the friendliness and the interaction that I've had. And then individual people that I've run into, like the waiters and waitresses that waited us on us in the hotel. Some of them were very young, and so they were unsure. Most of them were non Irish, they were from other countries, and some of them were older and they were self assured, they knew what they were doing, but not always. But you could see this eagerness to please and this worry too in their faces. And then the children that I've run into, I had this experience where I went to Knock, and there's a little museum there, and there was a bunch of school children there, and I'll tell you, the most polite little kids. I mean, they really wanted to know how I was doing. They would stop and open the door for me because of my old age, of course, but really, really polite and so well behaved. I just, even a private school, I've never seen anything like that. Um, what else? I also ran into, one morning when I was walking, I ran into someone from South Africa. And interesting to see their take on things. I also, unfortunately, ran into a drunk, and his thoughts were on his brother and being in Vietnam twice. And you just get this look into people's minds, you know, when you talk to them. I mean, obviously, that made a real big impact on him. And in the throes of his drink, that's all he was thinking about were those two tours that his brother took. I mean, that was pretty significant, I guess, in his life. And so that's what came up to mind. There was a woman who, when I was on the bus tour, she sat behind me, and oh my God, she was coughing her head off. And of course, I thought COVID, and I was really worried and thinking, you know, why doesn't she put a mask on? And oh my word, why is she on this tour? And I put a mask on. And then who do I sit next to that night? This woman comes in at the play, and she sits down next to me, and I said, we've met, haven't we? Because she was the one right behind me, and I didn't realize it. And she explained that she's had the cough all her life, and it wasn't anything new. And I felt so horrible, like, because I really made kind of a fuss, not to her, but I was talking to my companion and, kind of rolling my eyes. So you never know. And the day I went to the library, I met this older gentleman who was into poetry, and he was talking about how he had written all this poetry and he was going to donate the poems to the library. Just really unique characters. There's one handicapped man that I met who was in a wheelchair. I swear to God, he got around more than I did. He was all over Westport. Every time I turned around, there he was. Great for him. And then, where am I at? Where am I? I mean, that's where getting us a hint into their thoughts. But where am I at? I feel like this first week I felt a little bit lost. I don't feel like I'm part of Ireland yet. I'm really wanting that apartment that I'm going to move into. It's not till the 22nd, but I feel like I need a home. I need some place to anchor me. So I feel like kind of adrift, and I'm not sure what I'm looking for. I'm not sure what path, and so that's part of it. A little bit sad. I'm fine. Everything's fine, but I'm a little bit sad and a little bit fearful because I just don't know what the future, and I don't know if this is a crazy idea to do this, and I don't, it's only the first week and I'm already unsure of myself, but we'll see. One thing with all the emotions that are going through me, I find that it's given me a real creative streak. I mean, I'm to the point where I'll be watching a play and I'll pull my notebook out and I'll be jotting down a few things for a story idea. I mean, it really has gotten me thinking about things I can write about, things I can do. I mean, when you deal with sadness or happiness or any emotion, that gives you fodder for that character in your book or if you're an actor, your play. So that's been really positive. I talked about previously about setting up good habits for making sure you accomplish what you want, and I have started to go through my ancestry trees, cleaning them up every day, every morning. And I'm also thinking a lot about whether the town will suit me. I'm so connected to farms and the land. Today I was in an area that was all farmland, so I got to walk and I felt a little bit more centered, a little bit more rooted to the ground. So we'll have to see how living in a town works for me. And so today, as you can see, I'm at some old ruins, and I'll write about them again. Excuse me. But it's supposed to be a holy well through there, and there's a graveyard off to the left of me. And I've been here once before, but I'm anxious to see. There's a gentleman who's going to take us through this area. I'm in Bala, and I've settled into the place I'm staying at in Castle Court, and I'll be there until next Saturday. Not Castle Court, so, excuse me, Castle Bar. So I'll be exploring that, and we'll see what that week brings. But I'm hoping I feel a little bit more settled. And that's it for me, and thanks for listening. All right, bye.